kind of person who shoots a Kimber appreciates the attention to detail we put into every firearm we make. So when you tell us you want something new, that gets our attention. You want a micro compact, optics installed. You want high capacity and higher capacity. A flat trigger, less felt recoil. American made. And lots of upgrades built in. You want it, you got it. The Kimber R7 Mako. Feed your appetite for something different.
All right. All right.
I want to hope everybody has a great weekend, 4th of July, our independence.
Yes.
Great thing. Well, it's lovely. We're so dry around here, they're not allowing any fireworks to go up in the air, which is kind of
sucks, but then it's for the best.
Yes, we've had thousands of acres burn around us here lately. Possum Kingdom's on fire right now.
Really?
Yes.
Dang.
All that area we were at. It's just been crazy. It's crazy dry. We need some rain, so pray for rain. We need rain. Seriously. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple of things we had. First of all, on our list is the FCC is really pushing Apple and Google to take TikTok off their platform. They say that our information is being routed through China, and China is snooping on everybody's phones and all this other stuff. Which, I mean, come on, all they're going to find is porn and stuff on mine. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say that, but okay.
You can see some cock pics. I don't know. But these little guys are running around and looking at our stuff on our phone, and they might see some things they really don't want to see because there's a whole lot of illegal stuff in China that's not illegal over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
So they're pushing for that. And, of course, we have a very large platform on TikTok. You know, I don't know if you follow us over on TikTok, but I have a pretty large platform. And then the comments have been said that, that the government is wanting them to shut down because that's pretty much TikTok censors you, but they don't censor you. You've got a lot of freedom over there, more so on TikTok than you do any other social media platform besides Truth. Truth Social.
Oh yeah.
Truth Social is Trump's new social media, which I've been on. I've got an account over there.
Same.
But anyway, so what we want to see, I don't know why they're doing it. They're making some claims, but then you've got people that are saying, no, they're just trying to silence us. They're trying to keep information from being spread out there. They're trying to keep the truth because people are actually talking on TikTok and they're communicating, and the algorithm's great on TikTok. If you're a conservative, they point you to the conservatives.
Honestly,
if you're a Democrat, or
that's what's going to be on your For You page.
That's what you're going to be on your For page. That's just the way it is. So it's yes, it is insanely unsecured, but I mean, they can look at my phone. I really don't have nothing to hide. They want to watch me and
they want to take my financial information. They got like a couple dollars.
Speaking of that, I got something to complain about on that one.
Oh.
So my dog food used to be $45.
Ooh.
Okay, $45. Me and my wife run to Sam's and go get my dog a bag of dog food and a deal of softener. We were setting it over like $75 for 2 items in our cart. 2 items. And build back better, like my wife says, put it back the way you found it.
For real.
$2. I mean, for 2 items, it was over $75 at Sam's, and I was like, "We done shopping. I mean, does the dog eat or do we eat?"
For real. And it said that it's kind of coming to that,
or do we eat the dog? I don't know.
Oh my God! I mean,
come on now, people. I mean, we're getting to the point where stuff is going up, and it keeps going up. I mean, our dog food has went up $20 since last year. I mean, it was $45. Now it's $65. $65. That is a huge increase.
I'm gonna keep. Because I got to go to Walmart here soon. I'll let you know what the price is for cat food. See if it's just dog food or it's just all. Well, of course it's gonna be all food in general. But geez.
Yeah, put it back the way you found it. I love that. But it is crazy insane that two items can cost you over $75. I mean, and I understand, I mean, the price increase is going up because of fuel costs, transportation. It is insane in transportation. I mean, you have to realize transportation doubled. It's doubled from what it was. And that's just not, something's got to be done. But no, we're worried about TikTok.
Yeah, we worry about TikTok.
We got people out there struggling and trying to decide whether they buy them animals food or their own food, and we worried about TikTok. I mean, that is just crazy. I mean, I think we got our priorities,
skewed,
and we're worried about Ukraine and things like that. And we got people over here who can't even afford to go to work.
For real.
My son wanted to go to work. He said, Dad, I want to volunteer at the hospital. I want to do this. He wanted to turn his application. And I started adding that up. And I was like, well, let's see here. Diesel, it's going to cost me to take you there, drop you off, because, it's across town. So it's about 15 miles from my house. That's a gallon. To go back home is a gallon. To go back and pick you up is a gallon. To go back home and take, you know what I mean? Because we live a ways from the hospital. And that's 4 gallons for you to go volunteer.
Yeah.
You staying at home.
Volunteer at home.
You want to volunteer? Here's
volunteer them dishes.
Here's the vacuum. Here's the toilet bowl cleaner. Here's a yard, rake. You want to volunteer? Let's volunteer here. But I flat out refuse to let him volunteer and let him go to work because he's only 13, but it's costing me it would cost me so much money just to take him and have him volunteer.
It still says a lot that he wants to volunteer, but it's like at this time, it's just hands are tied.
And you're exactly right. And it's ridiculous. I hate it because he really wanted to, but financially we can't afford to spend $25 a day for him to go volunteer. There's just no way. Yeah, I agree. Always something to do around the house. You're definitely right about that. Got free labor, I guess.
For real.
But right now he's working out for football, so I'm having to go take him.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
Yes. I have to take him to the gym, up at the doghouse for an hour, and then drop him off and then pick him up, take him back home. And I told him he's supposed to be working out 4 days a week. I said, no. I said, you're going to work out 3 days a week. And I'm about to cut that down to 2 days a week.
And making him bike honestly isn't even the option, especially in Abilene.
We can't. We live
that too. Yeah.
There's just no way. There's no way he could ride a bike to school. It's not like it's a couple of blocks away or something.
Even then, Abilene's not a bicycle friendly area. There's only one road that I see that actually has a bicycle.
Every other night we've found another predator in this small town. Every other night we got another predator. Yeah, child predator. With these Abilene drivers, you're right. For real. Some people act stupid. We had some good things pass through though. Through the Supreme Court the other day. Two really good things was the fact that coach's prayer. Schools cannot restrict a coach's prayer anymore. So a coach is allowed to have the coach's prayer 100%.
I didn't even know that was an issue.
I didn't realize that was an issue either, but apparently, our coaches have prayer. But I guess,
of course, we're in Abilene.
I guess outside of our, community,
we have a church like every block.
So coach's prayer, yes, that's a big win. Coaches are allowed to pray with their kids and have team prayer, which is awesome, man. I really stand behind that one. Then there was the Second Amendment. They finally ruled on it. And what this kind of hits me where it's at. I had a lady call me the very next day. and she was from New York, and I talked to her. She's 68 years old. I was talking to her on the phone, and of course, she had been trying to get her license in New York, okay, but she hasn't qualified. She didn't meet the requirements to have a gun, to carry a gun. She's 68 years old and a widow.
Oh.
Lives by herself, goes to the grocery store by herself.
In New York?
And she does not meet the requirements to have a license to carry. And that goes back to the state of New York and places like that. Either you had to pass, no matter what you did, you passed all their backgrounds, you did everything, you jumped through the hoops, you paid the money, and they could still deny you because either A, they felt you didn't need one to protect yourself. You were rich and you could get one. That goes for the Second Amendment being for the rich people.
I was about to say exactly what Derek Anthony says. Requires a 6-figure donation.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're not rich enough, or you don't own a business, which means you're not rich enough.
Yeah,
you're not rich enough to have a license, and the Second Amendment was not written for the rich. Period. Man. Was not written for the rich.
I knew whenever I visited New York that one time, I did not like it there. I didn't realize how classist they are.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
Yes. So it's now every state is a shell issue state. You're going to get your stuff. You're going to get your license as long as you're not illegal or not legal.
As long as you're not a felon.
Yeah. As long as you're not legally not supposed to own a gun. How do you say that? Illegally?
No. I think legally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as you're not supposed to, as long as you're legally allowed to own a gun, you're going to get your license. Now the concerns come up that, I agree. The NFA stamp, that goes back to that stamp, that $200 tax stamp was created. I can't remember what year, but it was years ago. I think the 20s or 30s, that stamp was at $200. That is the only tax that's never gone up. And see, when it was $200 tax stamp back then, only the rich could afford that $200, which was BS. Mm-hmm. Therefore, they were making the Second Amendment for only the rich and not the average person. It is exactly what that was. They were, if you were one of the peons, that they looked down on you. You didn't get one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't. I just
saw Derek's other comment. It says that he's even got some retired New York Police Department buddies that can't even qualify, and that says a lot.
Yeah, that says a lot right there. But now they're shell issue states, and New York has now shut down their licensing due to complications with their website. They're going to have to rebuild their website. They're buying time is what they're doing. California's sheriffs have already started complying, which is a really good thing. So it's been an awesome week. It's been a really awesome week. So there's been a lot going on. And of course,
I've been getting a lot of calls from Californians recently.
And it's good because that's what we need. We need more armed Americans.
Yes.
Period. The more armed Americans, the politer and the more, I don't know, they fix and take our TikTok away.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the whole deal with me and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I started a TikTok one day, sitting in my recliner. Going, I'm going to start TikTok, see how fast I can get kicked off.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's exactly what it was. Okay, we're going to check and see how fast Chad could get kicked off TikTok. Needless to say, I never got kicked off, and I've put out some stuff.
Goes from a couple 100 followers to now you're at almost 100,000.
Yeah.
So how about let's try to get people out there to follow Chad's account, try to get him to 100,000. Try to get verified.
It's they're fixing to take it away, so the verification doesn't matter anyway. They don't want the truth to be told.
They don't.
I get so much information off of TikTok.
But the truth shall set you free.
I mean, seriously, I get a lot of information off TikTok. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that. And I'll start Googling it. I mean, like this morning I was reading, I didn't even, You know, some of the stuff you got to Google and you
Oh yeah,
through.
but that's totally like you should always
do your own research.
Yeah, always do your own research.
You see some stuff on TikTok, you know, or social media. Do your research. Check it out. See if it's actually legit, because there are some
out of their conspiracies. They were just crazy, or not even like conspiracies even.
Yeah, there's some people who get pretty wild on TikTok.
Yeah, people get pretty wild.
I mean, I've seen some people come up with some pretty wild stuff, and then 6 months later it come true, and I was I was like, well, that put my foot in my mouth.
Shit. Okay,
that crazy dude was right. But any questions for us out there? I just wanted to log in, man. We're gonna have a great weekend this weekend. I want everybody to be safe, drink safely, do not drive. Be careful,
responsibly.
Drive defensively, because remember, you're going to have a lot of people out there that are drinking and driving. We have a lot, we're taking the boat out Saturday, and I want to kind of go out earlier in the morning, because I know there's a lot of the new boaters that will be out there,
and also those teenagers out there that just got their like license or something and thinking it's a good idea to drive around acting like idiots. Please don't. Please be smart. There's a lot of people out there that care about you and your safety. Make smart choices this weekend. Oh, we just had that situation happen here in Abilene recently, where all those kids.
We did. We had 13-year-old, 14-year-old.
I think the driver was 17, wasn't he?
No, the driver was 13. I think there were two 13s, a 14 and a 15.
Oh, that's right. They stole it.
They stole a vehicle. They
went on a joyride.
Apparently robbed a convenience store with some snacks and stuff.
I did not.
And they run from the police. And the 13-year-old crashed the car and killed one of his friends in the car. Bless his heart. 13 years old, and he has made a huge
decision that changed his life. It's going to follow him for the rest of his life.
And it was a very bad decision.
I don't know,
but it's gonna carry weight on his shoulders for many years. Any plans for this weekend? Yeah, we're gonna get it out. Yes, it was a very, very. It happened at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
One of the parents of the kids actually called the police and said that they were live streaming.
They live streamed it.
Or something to that effect.
I don't understand.
And the car had GPS on it, and they ended up tracking it and trying to stop
OnStar or something.
I don't know exactly, but it ended up a very tragic deal. None of the other kids have been charged for stealing the car or the robbery, breaking and enter, burglary. We're not going to call it burglary. Only the driver, which is 13, and I've got a 13-year-old, and
it's crazy that
it would devastate me if my son did something like that. I mean, and because you're fixing to lose your child for a while, and then you're having to live and know that your child caused the death of someone else. Any one of them could have been driving.
Yeah.
Mackenzie said that earlier. They should be charging all of them at least burglary and theft of the car.
Yeah.
They're only charging one. Yeah. It is a shame, though. 100%. I feel bad for the whole family. Everybody involved in that.
Yeah.
Is losing.
Everyone. Yeah. Main lesson of the story: just be smart out there. Yeah. Any other questions? I mean, I don't really have plans this weekend. My mom's going out of town, so I'm watching. Watering the plants, feeding the animals, whatnot.
So we're going to. I'm gonna take the boat out for like 2 hours. Take the boys out on Saturday, and then put it back up, because I think I'm fixing to sell it because I can't afford gas in it.
Yeah, true. True.
I mean, I don't know, doubled the amount of what it used to cost me. I don't know what happened.
Oh, Joe.
Fucking Joe.
Fucking Joe.
It's so bad. It's all you can do is laugh now.
Well, I'm pretty sure I shared this story with you before, but I don't know if we got some new viewers. I remember when gas first started going up, I used to at least be able to put $10 and I'd get a quarter of a tank. I give this man $10. I said 10 on pump, blah, blah, blah. And then he asked me where I was going. I was like, that's a bit personal. I was like, why? And I was like, just around the corner. I'm on lunch. He goes, that's as far as you're going to get. And I'm like, what the heck? I was like, no way. This guy's serious. I pumped it. Barely even got me above E.
It's sickening.
I had a moment in the truck. I was like, this is it. Wow. So now it's like, what? I think, because I drive a little Ford POS Ranger that's super old and beating the shit. But that I think I had to put not even $35 can get a half a tank, and it used to take it over half a tank.
I seen a deal. I seen a guy post a bunch of food the other day, a farmer, you know. And of course, you heard of what's going on. And I think it's the not the Netherlands. They've shut down 30% of their farmers.
Why?
Netherlands. Let me look here. 30%. 30. Is it the Netherlands? Norway, something like that. Hang on, let me look that up.
Fact check. Well, I guess while he looks it up, let's do a quick little commercial.
Yes, he's sitting there looking at me.
Yeah, here we go.
Roasted in Texas by Texans, a 2A company, JM4 Tactical Coffee, changing the way you start your day.
Did you bring protection?
I left it at home. It's just a little uncomfortable.
Sounds like you've never used JM4 Tactical before. Lined with leather for your pleasure. JM4 Tactical's magnetic holsters keep your piece securely in place without the need for a belt. So when you slide it in...
Feels like there's nothing there.
Click the link to get your hands on your own holster or go to jm4tactical.com.
Norwegian, because I was reading an article over it the other day, and they are restricting their nitrogen, and so they're cutting down like 30% of their farmers, and so they started dumping hay on the highways. And I wish we could do a quick Google search because I'm pretty sure.
You like Google what's happening.
They're trying to cut and go. I guess green. I guess everybody's gonna be. I don't know.
I mean, I guess whatever works. I guess. I don't know.
But y'all need to research that. That is 30% of. I think it was Norwegian or Norway or something like that.
I think Norway. I think
yeah,
Norwegian.
same place.
Yes, yeah.
I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them are.
You can obviously tell we're American.
I should have brought that. I should have brought that to the table, but they're restricting a bunch of their food, so it is. Or they've cut a lot of their food, their farmers down, which is kind of ridiculous because I mean, that's how these people make their money, and that's how we eat. Whoever knew that?
Oh my gosh!
You know, oh my gosh! I didn't know farmers grew food. I thought I could buy it at the grocery store.
What? You mean that there's a place before the grocery store?
No way! I thought they just went in the back and got it.
No,
I didn't even realize truckers brought it till the other day. I thought they just went out back. So that's really all we started growing a garden. We started doing some things to help because the food prices are going up. I built a cool chicken coop, which you can actually go over and check out on TikTok. I built some raised beds, which you can also go and check out on TikTok. One lady said my video was so helpful. She took the video to Lowe's and they got her everything she needed.
Perfect.
And she thanked me because it was that simple of a video on those raised beds. I was like, yeah, it's the first thing I've ever built in my life. But
you're talking about those.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's as a greenhouse, you know, it's acting as a greenhouse.
Tiny little greenhouse.
And it was less than $100, you know, which is, you know, a bag of dog food and a deal of fabric softener nowadays. I could build a whole things are going up, people.
Yeah.
Start preparing yourself. Maybe make you a little garden out back.
Start looking into some skills that are actually practical. You know what I mean?
Start reading up on things that you can start doing. Things like that. It will help you financially as food and cost goes up. I'm not saying that you're going to have live off this exactly, but it will help offset some of these things.
Yeah.
We started.
I mean, now y'all don't have to worry. Once y'all get those chickens in, once y'all have
I've got
y'all aren't
chicken
gonna have to worry
coops.
about eggs or chicken.
It's going to be a little while till they start laying, but I'm looking for in the future. I'm going to be working with eggs and I read up and this is really cool. Eggs, of course, eggs stay good for 30 days. As long as you don't wash them or put them in the refrigerator, they stay good on your counter, room temp for 30 days.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of reading up on some things like that. So that's some good protein.
Are y'all gonna feed them like chicken feed or let them just graze? Because I heard if you let them graze and eat bugs,
as much as I paid for dog food, your things are grazing.
Okay, perfect. Because I heard that if you let them graze and eat bugs like that, the eggs are actually taste better.
Oh,
That's
really?
what I heard.
Well, trust me. As much as I just pay for dog food and a deal of laundry, them suckers are.
You're on your own.
Kids, you're gonna start wearing your clothes at least 2 days in a row.
Flip your underwear.
We're gonna start saving some money. I looked at Dish, and actually, this may be a good pointer for some of y'all that have Dish network or cable network. We're shutting all our Dish down because we really don't watch it, and we're actually looking at the channels that we watch. We're getting on. I think it's not Roku, but the other one.
It's like Fire Stick.
No, it's like Sling.
Oh, Sling.
Yeah, because they used to have them like swinger commercials or something. That's how I remember Sling. So a lot of that stuff's on Sling, and I'm saving over $100 a month by going to Sling. And no, this is not sponsored by Sling or anything like that. It's just some of the things that we're starting to do because we see it getting worse out there for everybody. And I mean, we go paycheck to paycheck, we get paychecks every week too. So we're cutting costs where we can. And that's what everybody needs to kind of start doing. But until we can I don't know if we can ever come out of this one.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll definitely see. But I hear people all the time complaining. I talked to a friend of mine earlier, and her husband was a retired deputy sheriff or cop, and she was a retired teacher, and they were living off fixed income in their retirement. And things have got so bad and gone up so much that he had to go back to work. He had to go back to work. The man's been retired. He had to go back to work, working 40 hours a week for the sheriff's department, just to make ends meet. And he's not even on the streets. He's doing something else for the sheriff's department because they're having to substitute, the income. I mean, what the cost of living is going up for food and stuff like that. A friend of mine, anyways, he says they're so bad off right now. This couple that he had a cow butchered and he took them a bunch of meat, and they started crying and they really thanked him and stuff like that because they're on a fixed income. When you're on a fixed income, guess what? You don't get. I mean, nothing goes up. I mean, you're at where you're at.
Yeah,
and that's a shame. We got our older generation out there that's really starting to suffer now,
for real,
and because of our own government.
Yeah, everything's happening.
Anyways, any questions for us before we jump off here, guys?
Be sure to write things down because they're about to turn on the Hadron Colliders. I swear to God, if we get any more Mandela effects, I'm losing it. We've been talking about this all week the moment we've heard about it. I've been writing down. I know C-3PO's got a silver leg. I know it's hi ho, off to work we go. I'm making sure if anything changes, we're in a different dimension.
I don't know him.
All right.
If y'all haven't looked at the Mandela effect, go to TikTok before they decide to take it away.
Yeah.
Put in Mandela effect. Start watching that stuff. Okay, and I'll give you one that got me the other day. Life is like a box of chocolates. That is how it says. Life is like a box of chocolates. It doesn't say that. It's life was
yes.
like a box of chocolates. Now that's really what it says is life was. I remember it
that
as
doesn't
life
make sense.
is like a box of chocolates. And then you've got the Monopoly man with the what is it called?
Monocle.
Monocle. I remember the Monopoly man with a little monocle.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot find that monocle. Even in the older games, the monocle is not there. And then the one that really got me is E.T.
Oh.
E.T. Phone Home.
Oh, that's the one that got me.
Does everybody remember E.T.? E.T. Phone Home? Doesn't say that. It says E.T. Home Phone. I even went and watched it. It said E.T. Home Phone.
The kid's the one that says E.T. Phone Home.
Yes, but I remember E.T. saying E.T. Phone Home. Oh, it's E.T. Home Phone. Home Phone? What? Oh God.
We could talk about this a long time.
But I think the life is like a box of chocolates and the ET one has got me.
Well, it makes more sense as life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get when you pick it up.
Life was like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get when you pick one up.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make sense. So,
yeah. All right.
God bless. Love every one of y'all. Y'all have a safe and happy 4th of July with your family. We're going to be going out to Snyder with my wife's family. We're going to be spending some time in Snyder, and we're going to be watching their parade out there. They actually have like a hometown parade, which is awesome. So if you're in the Snyder area, Abilene area, you need to go to that Snyder parade. That is very impressive. I really like going every year. My wife says, "You're cool." No.
She's watching.
I know. I love you, babe. I do. I love you with all my heart so much. No, but the Snyder Parade really is cool. It's a lot of really cool stuff. It's a lot of hometown people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get, you know, it's you know, they throw candy everywhere. Oh my gosh, the amount of candy. It is really cool. So if you're ever out there, and I wish I could live stream from there, but unfortunately, the live stream from that parade, it's really not really great signal service.
Mm-hmm.
I will try Saturday to live stream that parade. I cannot guarantee it because the fact is the signal is not that great out there in
Snyder.
So
okay.
I can't guarantee it. But I want everybody to have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
I mean, that's
make sure to visit JM4 Tactical for any of your holster or coffee needs.
Yes. We love our coffee.
All righty.
Thanks, and God bless y'all.